Well, morning. Back to cutting wheat this morning. A little shower went through, just enough to make stuff tough this morning, but we're going now.
Hi, I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter. Our family has been blessed to farm in Montana
For over 100 years now.
And it wouldn't be possible without the great team we have
and blessings from our Savior,
Jesus Christ.
Got a couple test plots to cut. Actually, 4 new varieties from Winfield. One of them, they actually entered in the yield contest, national yield contest. So we'll cut that today. We'll see how that's going to run. Kind of exciting. And 2 of our varieties. Going to do 10-acre or so plots of each variety. Put them all together. Figure out what we're going to plant for next year for spring wheat. Alright, so it's test plot time. This is Brennan. This is a variety we've been planting for a couple of years. This is the variety that down south the sawfly really got a hold of. You can tell that it's kind of leaning a little bit on the stubble here now. Not a great standability in the straw. So this is actually the variety that's entered in a yield contest. It's a beardless variety. I believe it's also a solid stem. So I'm kind of watching, looking for any sawfly damage in there. Have not seen any yet. That sawfly cannot lay their eggs in a solid stem, so that's the theory with that. And those heads look huge. So I can see why they wanted to put that in the yield contest. So yeah, we're going along here. We're working on a load. Right now we got a 30.4 yield average so far, and we're not quite half done with this first test plot. So right at 5 acres so far. This is a climate field view that we're using for record keeping on here. We can make each load, name them and everything there, and then right away we can export that to the agronomist we're working with on this and whoever needs to look at it. So here's one of the first beardless varieties. This one is a hollow stem, and there is definitely a few heads tipped over that the sawflies got into, but it's yielding really good, like 7-8 bushels better than our other variety. So we'll see how it ends up. Don't look at my skips, those are high humidity issues. Oh, we're full. Third variety cutting here. The yield contest variety ran very good. So considering over our current crop we have been raising, it was 13 bushel better. Kind of depressing when I could have planted all of it to that, but oh well. That's why we do trials. We gotta find out what's going to work best for the next year. And I better turn out, because I think I'm full.
I mean, I don't really need to see the grain cart right now. Good thing.
obviously we're done with the trials. Kind of forgot to give a little recap, but 4 of the cropland varieties all are running better than what we are currently cutting and raising. So next year we'll make the switch. I think we're gonna probably get rid of our seed that we've been keeping for these other varieties. They're varieties that we can keep. The newer varieties we can't, kind of like soybeans or corn or canola seed. You can't keep those either. They're a single-use crop. So you plant them once, sell it all, can't plant it. Old varieties of this wheat and peas and stuff like that, we can keep planting them over and over. That's your update for tonight. It's gonna shut down this round. But I don't know why Dad's monitor isn't logging in there, but you can see the difference from trial wheat versus the rest of the field for yield. Darker green, better yield, red, lower yield. So now we know, going forward, we should have better luck with yields. Morning. Made a little dust today coming down that road, or what's left of it.
So, we have the 145 on the bagger, and we just leave it set idle because we're coming back every 10 or 15 minutes. So, I hit my unlock and the PTO start, and that kicks PTO on, and then I hit my RPM 1, and that speeds the tractor up. And then I proceed to take this remote again, kick the quad PTO in here. My tractor control. And that's it. So there's enough single hop auger on the bagger is shoving it into the bag, which that's what pushes the tractor forward. So I can just sit here and direct my spout. And I do have to move a couple times. Down the 145 and PTO off, and we're done. So much like with the grain bins, we're trying to get a sample, so that way we know what's in the bag. And then let's come over here, check our fancy dancy measure stick, and see where we're at. Make sure that we're not getting too tight and that we are, I guess, maxing them out for storage capabilities and capacity, right? You don't want a half-empty bag. How you can change that, add more pressure into your bag, or more weight, is this is a brake right here on this wheel. And so you just apply a little pressure, just pump it up. And that's where I'm currently running. It seems to be doing a pretty good job. If it gets too tight, you back the pressure off. If the tractor just keeps rolling away on you, you add a little more brake. Pretty simple. it may have gone a little too far. So, well, there's still a little bag left, but you know, of course, the grain's in here. So, hopefully, I don't run out of bag and still grain out on the ground. Came quicker than I thought. Yep, went too far. That's what I was worried about. Doggone it. Oh well, nothing I can do about it now. If you could only really feel how heavy of a limp spaghetti noodle that is to lift. You want to talk about the worst dead weight? Slippery plastic. Ugh. Anyway, Tony's on his way. I got it all laid out. I'm gonna put that up there. You can raise that up. That'll slide that in. It's a process. And it's a workout, but it's a process nonetheless. Hey, look, there it comes now. Hustle! Alright, bag's on. My help is just taking off. I need to say goodbye. Anyway, they send a zip tie. Just wad it up, zip tie it, pull it tight. So this is all a big empty cavity. And all I need to do is flip it around, head it in the right direction, start unloading. So, is it unloading the grain cart, or is it loading the bag? Well, I mean, I'm doing both. Just wondering. Well, you'd think from the looks of things that it's a little hot and dusty around here. Oh, it really hasn't been all that hot. It's been pretty dusty. Mostly the road that I've been running from the combine stock to the grain bagger. It's a powdery mess. Oh well. That little guy right there? Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that little guy. Hose is pinched, but the hose, well, it's not pinched, it's rubbed, where it rubs on a pin of it. And that hose goes from like clear down there, up through, and all the way up and around, and I think to that pivot cylinder right there. So, yeah, it's a long hose.
Morning! Well, we finished cutting the spring wheat last night, and now we're moving to the barley. Cutting barley now. We're short help, so Tim's just trucking and we're just stopping it up in the grain cart. But pretty nice barley for being planted late. Really nice color, whatever you want to say. Sample looks nice, so yeah, not bad. Well, here's the last little bit of barley. All the spring wheat got cut this week. All the barley got cut this week. 2,500 acres. Probably about 60 miles of roading, combines. Dad made a trip to Assiniboine and then back through the port because he broke down, had a piece on his header brake and he had to go to Canada to get it apart again. So, man, supply chain still an issue, but I digress. Anyways, pretty good week of cutting. 1,500 acres of chickpeas left for next week. See if we get it done. Morning. Time to go dump the last of the barley, get combines and trucks moved back to the farm so we start cutting chickpeas. You don't want to be standing in that. You'll be itchy the rest of the day. Barley is really bad for making me itchy. Farmer's Rule 7001. Always yield to load a truck. Dumping the last bit of barley that we left on the grain cart overnight under the truck. Get this dumped and head home to the equipment. Lift those ramps up before the swing away gets there. If it's in the country, I don't think you need your double or triples endorsement, right? Hey, do you think you need your doubles or triples endorsements for this, or is it farm exempt?
Yes.
Yes, got a good answer. Ready to roll. It's always good to time it when the county road grader is grading roads and you can move farm equipment on the smooth roads. That's awesome. That thing rattling, that's annoying. Well, got the combines moved home here, headers, grain cart, trucks, everything else. Got wheat, both spring and winter wheat done, barley, durum, peas. Got anything else yet? Canola. All that harvest is done. All we got left. Chickpeas around here yet, so that'll be next video. But farm hard, pray harder, and we'll see you next video.